aware of what's going on, what our own government seems to be doing to us and getting away. You know, no one seems to care about chemtrails. You look like a weirdo for even mentioning them. So I'm going to try and explain quite a lot of it, as my Facebook seems to be fucking pretty much blocked today. Not getting any comments, not getting nothing. I've said well too much shit over the past few days, and not for anyone to even be laughing at me. I should be at least getting shit off people, never mind a bit of people finding common ground. I should be getting shit off people for the shit I've said on Facebook Live. So I'm going to explain and prove what chemtrails actually are and what they're about. I'm going to prove what vaccines have actually got in them and what we're putting inside our children's bodies. I'm going to prove all about the Cancer Acts and what the doctors know and what the British government is suppressing and every other government. So yeah, it is going to sound a bit heavy and a bit fucking like a sci-fi film, but I'll prove it all with the government's own documentation. So if you've got another device near you, you know, get it out. If you can get another way to search the internet whilst I'm talking without going offline, do it, because you can, on my comments, you can shoot me down and tell everyone that I'm wrong and I'm lying. So if you can, as I'm saying these things, if you can search and find and prove me wrong, tell me and I'll stop doing these videos. But first, the first thing I want to talk about is the Cancer Act, because everyone should know about this. Every single person in the country needs to be aware of what the British government is suppressing. Sorry, I'm just going to take my fucking tooth out, it's doing my head in. When I get a bit high rate, it falls out anyway. Right, if anyone's got the internet there, just type into Google 1939 Cancer Act and just look at what it actually is. The 1939 Cancer Act is actually a law document that states you cannot put any knowledge out about cancer. It's got a government court restriction saying that we are not allowed to do any advertisements, even basically talk about it. To talk about cancer and to spread knowledge about like what you know is actually illegal under the Cancer Act, and every single doctor in the country signed this act or knows about it. It's fucking, and that, you know, that came out in 1939. It's very coincidental that if you search into Google now for Nobel Peace Prize for Cancer, it'll take you to a Dr. Otto Henrind Wolfsberg. I'll just turn the camera down. It'll take you to him. See this fella? He was given a Nobel Peace Prize in 1931 for his work on cells and how to cure them and stuff like that, and his natural remedies about if you have a high alkaline body, you can't get cancer in it. And look who he was funded by. The knowledge was suppressed because he was funded by the Rockefeller Foundation. The same people who own all the medias and all, basically everything. Between them and the Rothschilds and a few other families, they control the world. And this is why all these things are suppressed and why my Facebooks don't seem to be getting out. But you know, between these two documents, if you just go on the internet now and read these two documents, trying to cut me off, it keeps flashing up there. Now, if you can quite clearly see the sorry, it keeps cutting off. Share this round, tag people in it, show people what's actually going on. Now, the 1939 Cancer Act is offering to treat any person for cancer and prescribe any remedies for or give advice in connection with the treatment thereof. Prosecutions do take place but are rare. You know, it's actually telling you that you can be prosecuted for passing knowledge on about cancer. You know, search it all up on Google, don't believe me. I could have made this website, couldn't I, like they always try and say. And that's the doctor who was given the Nobel Peace Prize for the cure. Is there anything else that needs saying about this subject? Because I can't think that there is. I think that them two things have absolutely killed the full cancer movement in this country. If we just share this knowledge, that's cancer killed in this country. That's the top and bottom of it. Them two documents can eradicate cancer throughout the world. That's how easy it is. And that's why they don't like anyone being on my live videos or anything. And then let's talk about vaccines. You know, there's fucking all kinds of shit that they put in vaccines. You don't understand what you're putting in your children's bodies. But the British government are very much aware, and that's why they already have a benefit, a fund, basically a gagging order. You sign this and apply for this, and you've got to sign all the paperwork away in order to claim it. You've got to say you won't bring it back up, you won't tell anyone. They're silencing people left, right and centre, and people seem to be taking these payments. And then, you know, chemtrails, another mad subject. But again, millions were tested in germ warfare tests. This is they've now extended the Classification Act. We won't see what's going on in our lifetime until we're dead. But these are like the last documents to be released, admitting that the British countryside and the British cities have been getting tested on for years with germ warfare and how to spread diseases, how to eradicate populations through microorganisms being sprayed. Quite clearly says there, which spray microorganisms in a 5 to 10 mile radius. You know, has anyone in Liverpool looked in the sky today? Where's all the airplanes gone today? Where the fuck are all the airplanes that have been spraying these white lines? Have they just decided to go somewhere else today? Isn't no one going that way? I can't work out, well I can work out, but I can't work out how the fuck no one else will even think of it. Because, you know, again, that's the Guardian newspaper, Ministry of Defence, declassified documentation, admitting to testing germ warfare to see how cities and people, how fast these bugs spread. And that's what's happening every week. And they're telling us about it in the news before it happens. They're taking the piss out of us. They're saying before these things happen, they put a news report out saying this week there's going to be a big flu epidemic. And then everyone rushes to the doctors to get some fucking vaccines. What the fuck? Wake up. I'm sorry if I'm being blunt about it, but I haven't really, the more I try and talk about these things, the more my Facebook gets blocked up and I get jammed off. So I'm just being honest about it, because I've been trying to talk about this for the past 3 years, and every time I do I end up in court orders, and I haven't seen my own children for 2 years and 7 months for talking about these things. It's, you know, people will do anything for money today, that's all I can say about it. And you can quite clearly see that with doctors not passing this knowledge on. Every doctor in the world should be passing the fact around that a doctor won a Nobel Peace Prize to cure this disease, the biggest killer in the world. And the other thing that's really bad today is brain disease. And if you read up on all NASA's geoengineering and climate change documentation, they'll tell you that they're controlling the weather themselves by spraying metal fragments and aluminium and stuff in the air. But when people are breathing them in, it's stored in your brains and it blocks all your receptors in your brain. That's exactly what's going on. But you won't believe me, so go onto the own NASA climate change website and read up on it, because I can talk about it all fucking night, but you still won't believe me. So there you go. Want me to, is there anything else? Now, do you want me to tell you the things that are in the vaccines? You know, they put all kind of illnesses in just to test how your babies will react to it. They put all kind of mercury in. You know, check whether, ask every doctor you see whether there's mercury inside vaccines. Because there is. There's mercury inside every one of them, and mercury is one of the most poisonous substances to have in the human body. So check up on the 1939 Cancer Act to see whether, there's the document there, and it says you cannot talk or give any help or treatment out about cancer. You've got to suppress it. That's what it says. And then check this doctor out and see whether or not he did get a Nobel Peace Prize for the cure for cancer, for saying if we eat an alkaline diet and don't have acids inside our body, it can't grow inside us. Have a check on who funded his research, which I've just showed you then. There is it. And what happened to his research, why we're not being told this today by doctors. And the only reason I'm telling you about all these bad things is because you've got to understand how bad it is before you can see the good way out of it. Because if you talk about the good stuff, no one will believe you. If you try and talk about miracle cures and herbal remedies and these type of things, everyone looks at you like you're a fucking weirdo. So I'll just prove what the government is suppressing before we talk about all the positive stuff. That's why I want to talk about all these damaging issues, all this systematic poisoning and the shit that's in our food. That's why I talk about all these things, because unless people believe how bad the stuff is that they're really doing to us, they'll never even have any chance of believing that we've got a way out of it. They'll just keep thinking, oh, forget about it, they're just conspiracy theorists who smoke too much weed and fucking are mad. I smoke weed because of the research I've done. Now, I don't know how the fuck you people sleep at night that just don't bat an eyelid and just think, yeah, it's okay, my kids are safe, I'll just trust this evil government with them. Because I can't suppress my kids' fucking future. So check out geoengineering to do with chemtrails. They admit to spraying metal fragments. I'll do another video about a different subject because I don't like rambling on for too long, because there's not much to do to prove these subjects. I proved it within the first couple of seconds of this video. Within the first minute or two of this very short video, it's explained to people that cancer's being suppressed. There was a cure given for it in 1931, that there is vaccine damage, poisoning going on, and the government are openly paying you to keep your silence. The fact that we've been tested with germ warfare for years, and this, now have a look into the tube, have a look into what they done on the London Tube network. They put different diseases and different viruses in different tube chains, openly admitted all this in their documents, and to see how fast it travelled at rush hour and how widespread it got within days. They openly admitted to testing all these things, and now you can get every one of these Ministry of Defence declassified documents if you just do your own research. I'm not going to do it for you because I'm not an entertainment show. I'm trying to get you to read these documents and wake up to the fact that the enemy are educating us all and looking after our children, and they've openly said they're not our children no more. They've got more rights to them than us. Well, not when they're doing shit like this to us. They've got no rights to my children. I'll fight them all the fucking way on my own.